Part 3, how I learned I have cancer. The crazy, insane way that I learned that I have cancer. So far, everything is going sort of the way you would think diagnoses or tests would go to make sure that you're healthy. I have a tentative appointment for a biopsy now, except that my primary care doctor, who has nothing to do with the health of my breasts, needs to approve of this biopsy and send it to the insurance so that they can approve of it, and then I can have the appointment. And I have 4 days to make this happen, so I run home and call my primary care doctor office, and I tell them, you are going to get some information and you need to immediately approve it and send it to my insurance. And they said, okay, we have a lot to do, but we'll look for that. And I'm like, okay, I know, I'm not just trying to be your most important patient, but this is a cancer diagnosis. And the appointment is in a few days. And if you don't get this to the insurance company quickly, they won't have time, because insurance companies don't jump the minute you send them something. And so if they don't get this today or tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to have my cancer test. And they said, okay. The next day, I call them to make sure that they have sent it. And the first person who answered had no idea who I was or what I was talking about. She had never heard of it. The person I talked to wasn't there. So she said she would look for it and get back to me. I don't remember all of the times that I called them, but it was several times that first day, or really the second day, begging them to get this done for me. And each time they were a little more annoyed with me because, they're a doctor's office. I understand that. They are a doctor's office for, primary care things, not for cancer, not for other things like that, but okay, they're busy. I finally heard that, I think they said finally the doctor would look for it, but they had a lot of faxes to go through. Faxes, that's how they got this. They said they'll look through their faxes. At the end of the day, they did not call me back. It was the end of the day, and no one was in the office, so the next day I call. I think I now have 2 days left, and that doesn't give the insurance company very much time to approve something. I called someone a bit more upset and angry, and the woman on the other line said, the doctor is very busy. He can't get to everything. Okay. When I finally got someone at the end of the day, it was a young girl who was very sweet, who said she hadn't heard of this, but she would ask the doctor about it and call me back. An hour later, when I called back again, because still no one had called me back, the message on the machine was that the office was closed for the day. So now I know I can't talk to the doctor until the next day, which gives us 1 day to get approval. When I called the next day, I wasn't getting off the phone until they actually signed that paper and sent it for approval. They finally did. And when the insurance company got it, I only had 1 day. My appointment's tomorrow, tentatively. If you don't approve it, I don't have an appointment. Well, instead of approving it, they got back to me fairly quickly and said, we don't cover that place. You have to find another place. We don't cover that place. And so the appointment was canceled. I didn't even have a choice. I was not allowed to go to that place and pay out of pocket. I didn't have a choice. The insurance doesn't cover it. They don't approve it. The appointment was canceled. And now I need to find another place, and no place has an appointment tomorrow. I'm lucky if a place has an appointment a week or two later. That's rushing it. I'm thinking I may have cancer. And you're all just like, well, good luck finding an appointment. You need to get a biopsy, but not at this place. Go find a place that we approve of and then make the appointment there whenever they're available. So now the insurance company sends me a list of like 20 places that they would approve of. And my husband and I start calling. Like a phone chain. You call this place, I'll call this place. One hangs up and calls the next place if they don't have any appointments available, or if they don't answer the phone, or if they actually don't take our insurance, even though the insurance company says that they approve of that place. And then a few places are saying you can have an appointment, but before we give you the time, you need to drop off your records so that we can look at them. I need to now call places to get my records because I don't have the records in my hand, but they need it dropped off. You can't fax or email records. They need to have them, the actual records in their hands, the manual records. And so I have to call places and they're like, put in a request for the records, and in 2 to 3 days, we will give you the records. So I'm calling around and desperately driving around the county, the state, to beg places to give me records and then to drop them off at places and try to get an appointment. And now we'll go to the next part.